So I was watching a live last night. I was watching John Binney, and it's hard to explain how things affect us individually, right? Um, for me, live music, whether I'm in front of it or, YouTube in front of it, in front of a screen, um, can affect me in like a bunch of different ways. I can be at a show and be like the loudest person in the building, or I can be sitting in a ball just kind of in awe. And as I was watching the live last night and watching John play, I was just kind of in a ball in awe. And I wasn't looking at the live feed. I popped into it once in a while, but I was more just focused and just absorbing and enjoying. And at one point, it was weird. I got this like spidey sense thing to just kind of look at the feed. So I turned it on in the corner, and I saw my name, and Alex Gall had was actually saying like, Genevieve, are you just kind of speechless? And it was like, yup, I am. And I've been like that for a couple days now, where my usually commenty or talkity kind of self is just like whoosh, like I am watching certain things in my video. I forget what day, that said, I wasn't finding people that had the state that I was at. Well, ask and you shall receive. Obviously, I've found, gravitated, and been guided to many different people, um, to be watching how I'm flowing, and the types of things that are resonating with me right now. And I went and peeked. I thought it was funny that Alex could be, we were, I don't know how many people, it's quality, not quantity, how many people were watching the live, but that he actually noticed, like, we don't have to be together to know or to feel things from each other. And if you're in tune, you get it. And Alex, dude, you were in tune. You saw or felt that I was just sitting there in awe, and I was. That was awesome, John. If ever you watch this, you know what I mean. John Binney, get your vibe up. Call it a form of daily meds. Those songs, it's nice. It really is. Another thing I went and poked into last night was Aluna Ash. I forget if she called it an energy report. And I'm gonna like paraphrase. I can't remember exactly what she said. Obviously, it's not how I roll. But at one point in the video, she says something to the effect of, let your higher self do the work in the ethers. Your higher self is your assistant running around doing everything in the ethers while you are just here and in the now. And again, she didn't say exactly those words, but that's what I'm living, how I'm living my days, where I'm not really making any efforts, to be honest. But then all of a sudden I'll be like, oh, okay, go do this or do that, or it's time to do this. It's really hard to explain. There's no schedule, routine, or logic to it. And I was trying to find a way to describe it. And I'm sorry, I got an email today. I didn't retain who it was from. I subscribe to certain things where emails just come to me, and they're from various sources. So I feel bad. I'll check it up later and put it in the comments if I think about it. Because I actually found the description of how I feel in words that I couldn't put out there. I couldn't figure it out. And it was feel like a living prayer. Living prayer was the two words that came to me or came up at me from the email. And it's just, it perfectly describes how I feel, in a state of joy and gratitude that is a living prayer. That, again, I'm not making an effort to get to the next steps of what the next thing is in my day. Like to the point where Moon Day, I programmed things to come to me, and it made me have a flashback of last year. I had a day where I wished for coffee to come to me. And, you know, you got to be careful what you wish for and put it out there properly. I got so many free coffees that day, people just bringing me coffee randomly out of the blue, that I felt bad, because I had called so much coffee to me. I got it, but I got so much coffee that I couldn't drink it all. So, yeah, on Monday, I was like calling various things to me. I got three specific things, and you know, they don't usually just come to your door. And I was thinking, oh, I should like order some virtual coffee and have coffee brought to me. And I was like, no, no, that's your outing for the day. Go get a coffee. But I'm wishing for a pizza. I'm wishing or calling a pizza to come to my door, of a pizza I've never tasted before. Yeah, see how that goes. I didn't write down any shout outs, so therefore I can barely remember who I've been listening to in the last little couple days. Um, I'll maybe, I don't know why, it's just important for me to give the kudos to the people who I'm watching. First of all, if anybody's guided to watch them as well, but just I like that sharing feeling, so I didn't write anything down. Shit. There was one specific person, that I've found like energy report type of wise. There's two, but I can't remember the names. The energetic. Oh my gosh. I'm so not good at multitasking. This is why I don't do lives. It's even worse not live, right? The energetic alchemist. I really resonate with how she speaks of the waves coming in and her description. Um, and at one point, she says in her video, like, she doesn't recommend grounding. Hey, eagle. An eagle with a seagull. That's cool. That she doesn't recommend grounding to the earth. And I've do this randomly off and on in the last couple years, where sometimes I need to be grounded to the earth, and other times it's like red flag, no. And you know, if I analyze it and try to understand it, what I'm getting from it is kind of what she said in her video. You know, with the Schumann and the spikes and all the, you know, the solar, the just the everything, to actually like go in and ground to that right now is what causes for me my it's not even an anxiety feeling anymore. It's more of like the shit's going down feeling. And not in a bad way, the shit's going down feeling, but like you can run but you can't hide. It's coming up from the earth, it's coming down from the sky. Like, you can resist as much as you want. There's not more, you can't anymore, and you already know this. So yeah, I really appreciated being guided to someone that confirms my inner knowing. I've been grounding to source. I've been grounding to my heart space. I'm grounding to myself. I'm using myself as an anchor to ground and being my own lighthouse. Does this mean I'm not going to go start like freaking hugging trees and doing my shit and, you know, like grounding to the earth? No. But right now I'm in a lull where everything from me, within me, is just saying like that I need that just me. Like no, there's no crystals on me. There's no fucking mojo but my own. And it's how I'm choosing to roll right now. It's stabilizing what I can usually feel when the Schumann is doing its stuff. Um, I'm not being affected by it in the same way because I'm not grounding into Gaia. Again, kind of out there. I'm not articulating very well right now. I kind of just, you know, it's good. It's really good. Yeah. What else? My detached yet completely, there's no attachment and like left inside me to the, I can't even describe it, but within that non-attachment, like freaking everything is like perfectly beautiful and in its place. And yeah, I'm liking it. I'm going with it, and feels good. One thing that I notice, and that, you know, depending on how you choose to live your reality, if you're consciously saying, I don't want to be a part of this timeline, I'm jumping, um, and you'll notice that if you have really jumped it, that your sinks have completely changed, right? Um, if you feel like you're in two timelines and you're not sure, then your syncs are going to be all merged and murky and hard for you to follow. So you really do need to make some choices sometimes of just like shutting that one down, and that last memory, that last thing that's keeping you in that one timeline, like this is something that's always been different about me. I don't have attachments to memories the way that other people do. And my bird's eye view is making me realize to what point for me, because I don't live off memories. I never have. Um, Not in the same way. Like I remember my teenage daughter saying to me a couple years ago, like, you have no pictures of me around the house. Like, you don't have any childhood pictures of me anywhere. And I was like, why would I? You're here all the fucking time. I can remember you in my head. Like, why the fuck I gotta have pictures of you everywhere? Like, she was all offended by that I don't have that typical, you know, house where there's fucking pictures of humans and their faces from other eras, and like, who fucking cares? I don't get it, but and I get it as well. I think it's beautiful that other people do it. I don't give a fuck. You know, it's weird. I don't know. It's not weird. It's just how I am. Anyways, I'm out of here. I made a lunch date commitment to go into the world, see how we can some fun going into the world.